I was in Rishikesh and I wandered through the streets of Rishikesh, and those young people were very excited about Stranger Things in Rishikesh.
I'm sure they must have come up to you and like, hey David, what is Jim up to? What is
Yeah,
happening?
they were very excited.
Hi David, how are you? This is Bhavna from India Today.
Good. How are you?
I'm good as well. I watched Violent Night and I was really distressed at some moment because Santa is someone we look at and we want to just ask things. And here is a Santa who is borderline frustrated with all the greedy people around, including us humans. I want to know if the situation was flipped and if David had to ask something from Mr. Claus, what would that be?
Oh God. I mean, I think I'm very lucky, and I just want big sort of metaphoric things. Like I'd want my family to feel safe and happy. I want world peace. I want, the planet to heal. I want all kinds of things like that. In terms of material things, I'm very lucky, and I feel like, you know, I'm having such a wonderful career moment that I feel like Santa's already given me enough presents.
I actually can feel you because I feel that the kind of recognition you have got, especially with Stranger Things blowing up around the world, and of course the MCU. I want to know how have things changed for you as well because you've been working for quite some time, like decades, and now is the time when the world is getting to know David Harbour. So what does that feel like? How has things changed for you?
I mean, it's wonderfully exciting. It also comes with its own form of complexity. For many years, I mean, up until I was in my late 30s, could walk down the street and I was just a guy, getting in whatever. And now it's crazy. We walk down the street, a lot of people recognize me and come up to me and want pictures and stuff. So it's very complicated, but ultimately I'm just really excited that I get to do projects that I believe in, that I love, that I don't have to do things just for a job anymore, that I can be a little choosier and find things that I feel like are unique and that are going to be fun for audiences. So it's really nice to be a part of that process. It's very gratifying.
Lovely. I can actually see that with the kind of choices you're making as well. But if you had to give, because we in India especially love Stranger Things, I think we love all other things as well. But of course, Stranger Things has a special place, and it's
I was in
very soon. It's
I was in Rishikesh. I was in Rishikesh and I wandered through the streets of Rishikesh, and those young people were very excited about Stranger Things in Rishikesh.
I'm sure they must have come up to you and like, hey David, what is Jim up to? What is
Yeah,
happening?
they were very excited. They were
But
very
I want to
excited.
know, will we be seeing Jim in the finale season as well? I know, of course, you can't divulge a lot about it, but at least a little bit of spoiler, maybe you can tell us.
I wish I could tell you. I don't really. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Jim Hopper will be coming back. I think that's the plan. Um, but I have yet to read the scripts. I know that it will be the final season, and I know that the Duffers have planned a real ending that will truly end the show. So there's no, and I think that's, while it's a bit sad, it's also a bit exciting because it will likely be our greatest season, and certainly all of us actors will pour our hearts and souls into these characters for the last time. And so
I can't
I'm
be more
excited to get to
excited,
work.
honestly. And
Yeah.
Violent Night, I mean, I had such a fun time watching it. But of course, because I'm from India and you just mentioned Rishikesh, I have to ask you, what about, are there any prospects or would you be okay considering, say, star in a Bollywood film with all the crossovers happening?
I would love to. I think that's so fascinating. I've seen several Bollywood movies, and it's so it's so interesting, your culture and how you guys approach film. I mean, and I've read interviews with some of the actors, and they deal with acting a little differently than we do. Like they have certain catchphrases or like things they do or little gestures and things like that. So I'd have to work on my Bollywood style before I got there. But I'll keep you posted. It would be a fun thing. I mean, I love India. I love India. So any chance I get to go to India would be a joy for me.
Lovely. Thank you so much and all the very best for Violent Night.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Bhavna from India today. Hi, John. How are you?
How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing great, and I have to congratulate you. I was just talking to Tommy right now, and he kind of said what I have to tell you is that you are an incredible actor.
Oh, thank you.
He said that you brought a lot of your own into the character as Ben. I want to understand after so many years in the industry, what is it that keeps you going, John? Because you have tried everything, you've experimented with all sort of roles. What is it that excites you even today?
I mean, there's always a new challenge. I mean, I always feel challenged by something, and I try to take roles that I feel like I'm going to be challenged. And then this one was to keep that rage and to make sure that this character was really smart and diabolical. You know what I mean? I hadn't played a character that was really that cold and that much of a sociopath. So that was interesting. How do I humanize a sociopath without making him likable? You didn't have to like him. You just had to understand why he was so twisted.
Yeah. Absolutely nailed it. Actually, I did not like Ben, but I kind of understood where he's
Right,
coming
right,
from
right,
as
right.
as a character. But also, what was it like to work with David? Because both of you are such seasoned actors, so much experience in that one set. On that one set, what was that like?
Oh, it was incredible. I got to say, when you work with an actor of David Harbour's talent, it's like fun. It's like Federer and Nadal. That's how you feel. Like you give it your best, and you're gonna be your best, and David sends it right back. So some of the one of my favorite sequences, the one where I have him tied up with the lights, and that I was so impressed with the depth of his rage and pain. It was, I mean, what he brought to Santa was like, I was like magic. I was like, oh my God, is he really Santa Claus? Seriously, there were moments where I was like, what's going on?
No, I absolutely loved it. And also one of the key factors which I absolutely enjoyed in the movie is also the diversity that you see with the kind of actors who have been roped in. How much is that important according to you? Because I know that you are someone who has spoken about that just recently as well, diversity in movies.
Yeah, no, diversity for me is very important because white people in America are only 59% of the population. And we're the largest ethnic group, and then I need to see what reality looks like. Otherwise, it's unreal to me. I can't believe it, and I need to see black people, Latin people, Asian people, lots of women in important roles. That's what I want to see. It's a different world. It's not the old white boys club anymore.
I agree with that. And on that note, I also want to ask you, when are you open to doing a Bollywood movie? Of course,
Which one? Which one?
Bollywood movie, I said. Like,
Bollywood movie. I would love to.
yeah, we talk about crossovers, like two worlds colliding. So I would love to see John in a Bollywood movie.
I would too. Oh my, my son's also a big fan of Bollywood movies, especially the Indian action films. He loves those. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be in a Bollywood movie with reggaeton and Indian music together. Oh my God, like a road picture. I could see it. A buddy road picture would be so fun through India.
Lovely. Looking forward to that. I'm going to count you in for that. But thank you.
Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the
Thank you.
suggestion.
Bye.
Bye bye. Ciao ciao.
Hi, this is Bhavna from India today. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Firstly, congratulations for Violet Night. I watched it and I was terrified in parts also, just to let you know, because I mean, with Christmas movies, you only associate sometimes with like just having a fun time, but this is like getting violent all the more. Tell me, what was the most challenging part about directing a movie like this? Because there are fun elements, of course, laced with all the violence.
Yeah, no, that was certainly the most challenging part and what we talked about most going in. Like, what's the balance? We knew we wanted it to be a crazy action movie with all those set pieces and edgy humor and dark humor. But what was important to me was also to mix it with a Christmas movie, to have that sensibility as a Christmas film with the relationship between Santa and little girl being the heart of the movie. So it was about balancing those things and eagerly like trying to create something new within the small genre of Christmas movies.
And it was lovely watching it, but also having two seasoned actors like David and John. sort of, face to face, they're coming during the narrative. What was that like? What did they bring from their experience to the table as well?
No, obviously we were very lucky to have them, and they were perfect for their roles. Like they're amazing actors, both of them, obviously, and great human beings. And also, they just understood what kind of movie we wanted to make. They really understood the humor, the kind of tone we wanted to hit, and David as well. Like he realized, as we talked about, like the key to the movie working is his relationship with Trudy, the little girl in the movie, and so we worked a lot on that. And he came on set when we were doing her stuff with the walkie-talkie, just to act with her and help her. And Leia, of course, was amazing in that role. And for John, yeah, he's an actor I've looked up to for so many years. He's funny, he's charming, he's just a fantastic actor. He's done it all. He's done everything. So, and a lot of the stuff in the film, his funny lines, his stuff that he wrote, he ad-libbed a few lines here and there, and he's just a really funny guy and brought quite a bit of fun energy to that role.
What another thing which really impressed me was certain references made to Home Alone, because of course the booby trap, I laughed my guts out when I was watching that. So what was that the idea, to have a little bit of references, say, from movies which are very Christmassy in nature, but also sort of like make it your own?
Oh yeah, for sure. No, the goal was to, obviously Die Hard is one, and Home Alone is one, and we also cast Beverly D'Angelo from Christmas Vacation, so that's one. But yeah, the Home Alone scene was one of my favorite things to shoot. And as so many kids, having grown up and watched Home Alone, you always wondered, what would really happen if you set those traps on another person? So our goal was simply just to show it. All right, this is what would happen. And to be fair, we also are stretching the limit a little bit, because we probably would have killed him way sooner than we did in the film if those bowling balls hit him. But yeah, no, we had a lot of fun with that sequence.
Lovely. On a parting note, now I want to know, what is your favorite Christmas movie as well?
That's a tough question. I actually think my favorite Christmas movie, is one I mentioned earlier, is Christmas Vacation. I just love that movie. I've seen it so many times. It's funny, it's heartwarming. It's got Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo. It's just got everything. So that's one of my favorites for sure.
Lovely, Tommy. All the very best to you. Thank you so much for such a fun ride with Valentine.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.